There is a force inside you that is older than your name. It is older than your country. It is older than the human species itself. It is the most powerful biological drive in existence. It is the fire that builds cities, writes symphonies, and conquers nations. But it is also the fire that burns down empires, destroys families, and turns kings into beggars. I am talking about your sexual energy, the libido, the life force. For thousands of years, men were taught to harness this fire. They were taught that this energy was not just for reproduction, but for creation. They understood that if you channel this drive, you can achieve greatness. But if you let it run wild, or worse, if you let it be exploited by others, it will consume you. Look at the modern man. He is not a master of his drive. He is a slave to it. He walks through life in a constant state of low-grade sexual intoxication. He is distracted by every passing skirt. He is addicted to pixels on a screen. He drains his vitality into a tissue and wonders why he has no energy to build his future. He thinks he is free because he can satisfy every urge instantly, but he is not free. He is a puppet. He is being led by the nose by his own biology and by a billion-dollar industry that knows exactly how to hijack his brain. A man who cannot control his sexual impulse is a man who cannot control anything. If you cannot say no to your own body, you cannot say no to anyone else. You are physically an adult, but psychologically, you are an infant. Today, we are going to have a very uncomfortable conversation. We are going to shine a light into the darkest corners of your habits. We are going to explore the Stoic virtue of temperance and the lost art of sexual transmutation. We are going to teach you how to stop dissipating your power and start accumulating it. This is not a moral sermon. I do not care what you do in your bedroom. This is a strategic manual. This is about power. Law number 1, the spectator and the harem. Let's address the elephant in the room, the digital harem. Pornography. It is the drug of the century, and it is destroying you in ways you don't even realize. When you watch pornography, you are training your brain to be a cuckold. Yes, that is a harsh word, but look at the mechanics. You are sitting in a dark room alone, watching other people engage in the most intimate act of human life. You are the outsider. You are the spectator. You are watching a biological winner replicate his genes while you sit there and trick your brain into thinking it is you. Evolution did not design you to watch. It designed you to participate. When you constantly flood your brain with the sight of other people mating, you are subconsciously signaling to your psyche that you are a beta male who is only allowed to watch. You are destroying your dominance. You are destroying your drive to go out into the real world and compete. Why would you go through the pain of rejection, the effort of self-improvement, and the struggle of building a relationship when you can just click a button and see the most beautiful women in the world? Your brain is lazy. It takes the path of least resistance. But by taking the easy path, you forfeit the reward of the real path. You become a ghost in your own life, haunting a digital graveyard of pleasure. If you want to be a king, you must stop acting like a peasant looking through the keyhole of the palace. And it gets worse. Some of you are not just watching, you are paying. You are working hard at a job you hate, earning money with your life force, and then transferring that wealth to a woman who doesn't know your name just for a moment of simulated attention. This is the ultimate degradation. You are a digital pay pig. You are financing your own emasculation. The ancient kings conquered territories to acquire resources and women. You are giving away your resources to be allowed to look at a woman who despises you. Have some dignity. Close the wallet. If she wants your resources, she must earn them in reality, not extract them through a screen. Law number 2, the drain of vitality. In the East, they call it Jing. In the West, Freud called it libido. Napoleon Hill called it sexual transmutation. They all agreed on one thing. Sexual fluid is not just a biological substance, it is potential energy. It is the raw material of life. When you release this energy cheaply, you feel it immediately, don't you? The post-nut clarity. But it is not clarity, it is emptiness. The tension is gone, yes, but so is the fire. You feel lethargic. You feel docile. You feel shame. Why does nature punish you with shame after a cheap release? Because nature knows you wasted it. You took a mechanism designed to create life, a mechanism so powerful it can create a human being, and you threw it away on a fantasy. Think of your sexual energy like a battery. Every day it charges up. When the battery is full, you feel aggressive. You feel restless. You feel the need to do something. Most men feel this pressure and immediately release the valve to feel comfortable again. They masturbate to return to baseline. But the Stoic does the opposite. He feels the pressure and he holds it. He lets the battery overcharge. He lets the tension build. And then he directs that massive vibrating energy into his work, into his gym session, into his business. He uses the sexual aggression to attack his goals, not his own body. This is the secret of the greats. They are not celibate monks. They are men with high drives who refuse to waste the fuel. Look at the biology. When you retain your seed, your body reabsorbs those nutrients. Your testosterone receptors become more sensitive. Your voice gets deeper. Your posture gets straighter. This is not bro science. This is nature. A man who is constantly draining himself is chemically castrating himself. He walks with his head down. He avoids eye contact. He is apologetic. Why? Because his body knows he has failed. He has emptied his ammunition. To face the world with aggression and confidence, you need a full magazine. Don't go into the war of life with an empty gun. Law number 3, the dopamine hijack. We have spoken about dopamine before, but in the realm of sex, it is even more dangerous. Your brain rewards you with dopamine when you do things that help you survive and reproduce. Food gives dopamine. Sex gives massive dopamine. But modern technology has created super stimuli. A screen can provide more sexual novelty in 10 minutes than your ancestor experienced in 50 years. You can swipe through 500 women on an app in an hour. This fries your dopamine receptors. It creates a phenomenon called the Coolidge effect, the biological need for novelty. You become desensitized. Normal, healthy, real-life women stop exciting you. Real sex becomes boring because it doesn't have the editing, the lighting, and the variety of the screen. You are training yourself to be impotent, not physically, but psychologically. You are unable to be aroused by reality because you have overdosed on fantasy. To reclaim your power, you must detox. You must bore your brain. You must cut off the super stimuli until a real woman with all her imperfections becomes the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. You must rewire your brain to appreciate the slow burn of reality over the instant explosion of the pixel. Law number 4, the gaze of the beggar versus the gaze of the predator. Discipline changes your eyes. It changes your vibration. Walk into a room, look at the men, you can tell who is sexually disciplined and who is not. The man who drains himself daily looks at women with the gaze of the beggar. He is needy. He is desperate for validation. He puts women on a pedestal because he sees them as the gatekeepers of his pleasure. He is a slave to beauty. Now look at the man who retains his energy. He looks at women with the gaze of the predator, not in a violent way, but in a sovereign way. He is whole. He is full. He does not need anything from them. He appreciates beauty, but he is not enslaved by it. This non-neediness is magnetic. Women are terrified of the beggar, but they are drawn to the sovereign. When you stop chasing sex, sex starts chasing you, because you have become a rare commodity, a man who is in control of his own instincts, a man who cannot be manipulated by a low-cut dress, a man who values his mission more than a moment of pleasure. Law number 5, the objectification of the self. You think you are objectifying women when you consume lustful content, but in reality, you are objectifying yourself. You are reducing yourself to a biological reflex. You are turning yourself into a Pavlovian dog. Bell rings, dog salivates. Image appears, man touches himself. Where is the reason? Where is the logic? Where is the soul? The Stoics believed that what separates man from beast is the capacity for reason. When you act purely on lust, you descend to the level of the beast. You suspend your rationality. You make stupid decisions. You text the ex-girlfriend you know is toxic. You sleep with the person you know will ruin your reputation. You risk your marriage for a night of thrill. Lust makes you stupid. It is a fog that blinds you to consequences. The discipline of sexual stoicism is the ability to keep the lights on in your brain, even when the animal inside is screaming. It is the ability to say, I desire this, but I will not do it, because it does not align with my long-term character. This is the ultimate victory of mind over matter. Law number 6, the boredom of monogamy, the test of depth. Many of you struggle not with addiction, but with boredom. You are in a relationship, but you crave variety. You think the grass is greener. This is the curse of the modern mind. It mistakes new for better. The Stoic understands that depth is infinitely more powerful than width. To dig one hole 100 feet deep yields water. To dig 100 holes 1 foot deep yields nothing but a messy field. True sexual discipline is not just about avoiding porn. It is about committing to one path and walking it to the end. It is finding the infinite within the finite. It is realizing that the pursuit of more is a treadmill that never ends. You sleep with 10 women, you want 20. You sleep with 20, you want 50. The hole in your soul never fills up. Stop spreading yourself thin. Focus your energy. Build something real with one person, or build something real with your work. But stop scattering your seed to the wind and hoping a forest will grow. Nothing grows without focus. Law number 7, the illusion of intimacy. We live in the loneliest generation in history, yet we are drowning in sexual imagery. Why? Because we use sex as a substitute for intimacy. We use lust to cover up our fear of being known. It is easy to be naked with someone physically. It is terrifying to be naked with someone emotionally. Pornography and casual encounters are safe. There is no risk of rejection. There is no demand for vulnerability. It is just friction and release. But this safety is a prison. It keeps you isolated. You are simulating connection without paying the price for it. The Stoic is brave enough to seek the real thing, or brave enough to stand alone. He does not settle for the counterfeit. If you are lonely, face the loneliness. Do not drug yourself with lust to numb the pain. The pain is there to tell you something. Listen to it. There is also the tragedy of the split soul. Many of you lead double lives. By day, you are a respectable student, a professional, a good son. By night, in the privacy of your browser, you are a degenerate consuming the darkest filth imaginable. This split creates a deep, subconscious shame. You cannot look people in the eye because you think, if they knew what I watched last night, they would be disgusted. This secret is a cancer. It eats your self-esteem. You cannot be a man of integrity if you are hiding a monster in the basement. Integration requires that your private life matches your public values. Kill the monster so you can walk in the sun without fear of exposure. Law number 8, transmutation as fuel for empire. Let's go back to the concept of transmutation. Look at the men who changed history. Tesla, Newton, Michelangelo. Many of them practiced periods of intense celibacy or controlled channeling of their drive. They didn't suppress the energy, they redirected it. When you feel that surge of desire, that is raw creative power. It is the universe trying to create through you. Most men use it to create a child, or they waste it. But you can use it to create a business. You can use it to create a physique. You can use it to create a legacy. Next time you feel the urge, do not sit at your computer. Stand up. Do push-ups until you fail. Write 500 words. Read a difficult chapter. Fix something in your house. Convert the sexual tension into kinetic energy in the physical world. This is alchemy. You are turning lead into gold. You are turning a biological fluid into a tangible achievement. This is how you build an empire. You build it brick by brick, fueled by the fire that you refuse to waste. There is a metaphysical component to this that cannot be measured, but is felt by everyone. When a man retains his energy, he develops an aura. It is a heavy, dense presence. Animals respect him. Men respect him. Children trust him. It is the vibration of a man who is not leaky, a man who is contained. People can sense when you are leaking energy. You feel slippery, weak, and untrustworthy. But when you are a fortress of energy, you become a gravitational pole. You don't have to try to impress people. Your mere presence dominates the room because you are vibrating at a higher frequency than the empty shells around you. Law number 9, the sacred exchange. We must address the act itself. Modern culture treats sex like a handshake, a casual recreational activity with no consequences. This is a lie. Sex is not just a physical friction, it is a metaphysical merger. When you are intimate with someone, you are not just exchanging fluids, you are exchanging energy. You're exchanging portions of your soul. There is no such thing as casual sex. Even if your mind says it means nothing, your biology and your spirit scream that it means everything. Every person you sleep with leaves a residue on your psyche. If you sleep with chaotic, broken, or toxic people, you absorb their chaos. You absorb their trauma. You absorb their bad luck. You cannot enter a swamp and expect to come out clean. You will wake up feeling heavy, clouded, and drained, carrying burdens that do not belong to you. You are literally infecting your operating system with their viruses. Think of the psychological fragmentation that occurs when you bond and break over and over again with strangers. You are using Scotch tape on a piece of paper. The first time, it sticks well. But if you rip it off and stick it to something else, and then something else, eventually the tape loses its glue. It becomes useless. This is what happens to your ability to love and connect. You become emotionally numb. You become a zombie. The Stoic guards the gates of his city. He does not let just anyone walk into the temple of his spirit. Your body is not a public park. It is a sanctuary. Access to it should be the highest privilege, earned only by those who are worthy of your energy, your protection, and your legacy. Stop treating your intimacy like a cheap flyer you hand out on the street. Make it a treasure map that only the worthy can read. Do not dilute your spirit by mixing it with those who have no spirit. Law number 10, the power of no. Here's the final test of a man's sovereignty. Can you say no when every cell in your body is screaming yes? Can you walk away from a beautiful woman who is offering herself to you simply because she is not good for your life? Can you close the browser tab when the urge is at its peak? Most men are weak. If opportunity knocks, they open the door instantly. They have no brakes, only an accelerator. But power, true power, is found in the brakes. The ability to deny yourself is the only proof that you own yourself. Every time you say no to a temptation, you are doing a heavy rep for your willpower muscle. You are forging a character of steel. Imagine the dangerous confidence you would have if you knew deep in your bones that you could not be seduced, that you could not be bought, that you could not be led astray by pleasure. You would be unstoppable. The world tries to control men through their lust. It dangles pleasure in front of them like a carrot in front of a donkey. When you learn to ignore the carrot, the world loses its leverage over you. You become free. Practice the art of refusal. Deny the urge, not to punish yourself, but to prove to yourself who is really in charge. Law number 11, memento mori, the end of the flesh. Finally, look at the end. Look at the nature of the flesh you are so obsessed with. Marcus Aurelius would often deconstruct sexual attraction to strip it of its power. He would say, "This is just the friction of internal organs and the secretion of mucus." It sounds gross, but it is true. Why are you worshiping a body that will age, wrinkle, rot, and turn to dust? Why are you selling your soul for a sensation that lasts 5 seconds? Imagine yourself on your deathbed. Will you regret not watching more porn? Will you regret not chasing more cheap thrills? No. You will regret the time you wasted. You will regret the energy you poured into a bottomless pit instead of pouring it into your purpose. The body is a vessel. It is a tool. It is not the master. Do not let the servant rule the house. You are a rational being, capable of touching the divine. Do not crawl in the mud when you were born to fly. Reclaim your energy. Reclaim your eyes. Reclaim your mind. The fire is yours. Burn it for a purpose, or it will burn you alive. Ascend.